Hey, Book Dragons, Lori here. I'm back to do my August TBR. I'm filming my August TBR super early because I'm actually heading to Universal for the first week of August and the last couple of days of July. And August is a busy month. August is my birthday. Very, very exciting. It's also, I'm going on my last trip of the summer. It's also the Magical Readathon. It's also the last full month that I have off before I head back to work. August is really going to be my month for relax and relaxation, playing with the cute puppy, making sure she doesn't cause no trouble. But most importantly, hopefully, it's going to be a time for a lot of reading. So, and catching up on TV shows is the plan for August because I have been very, very bad at that. So, like, subscribe, all the things. This is also my first video with my name, Laura's Bookish Life. So I hope you guys like the name change, and go follow me on all my other socials. They will be linked below. So, August is the Magical Readathon, which I have been doing this whole year and really have enjoyed it. I always have missed it. So now that I actually get to participate, I'm super enjoying it. So my plan is I wrote out a very, very detailed TBR. I'm a mind walker. So I have to read 8 books for my TBR. So I'm going to start picking those up and then just see what else I have to plug in to see if I have to do my own game, which I probably won't do in August. We'll see. But yeah, so let's get into it. So for a mind walker, I have to take Alchemy, and I have to go watch her video. She explains a lot better. But because I need like an O in that, I need to read one book in that section. So I need to read someone's worst book that you think you may like. I actually have 2 options for this. I'm going to pull them both just so I have some options. One is super long, one is super short. But they've both been on people's worst books so far list. So let's see how I feel about them. There's someone chewing, but she is right here and she's playing. So the prompt was read a book on someone's worst reading, like worst of the year list. Probably thinking of the mid-year wrap-up. And it has to be a book that you think you will like. So these 2 books I've heard very, very conflicting reports about. So Book of the Night by Holly Black, I'm super excited for. I've also heard of people that really like this book, but I know Peru's Project didn't like it. So I'm hopeful that I will like it, and it's her first foray into adult literature. It's also not that long. It's like not even 300 pages. So if I'm in a bind, this is probably going to be the one that I pick because I can read it probably quicker. But the other one is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lindham, which I've also from Peru's Project heard really, really conflicting reports. But from everyone else, I heard really, really good things. So, I don't know. These are going to be the 2 that I'm going to put on my TBR. I will probably read this one, but if for some reason I have a lot of time on my hands, I might also read Daughter of the Moon Goddess. So, those are the books that are on my TBR for that prompt. I won't pick 2 for everyone, but this one I had a hard time choosing. So, we'll see. Is because I have to take the class Alchemy. Sorry, my puppy. Cassie! I have to take the class Art of Illusion. So I need to read a book you don't know much about. I went to ALA a couple of weeks back actually, and I just got some books that I didn't even know were out. Didn't even know they existed. So sorry, you see my puppy. So I got Dust by Kyra Swanson. This is a Hares of Neverland novel. I assume it has to do with Neverland. That's what I assume, but I don't know much about it. And it's from a publisher that I haven't even heard of. So I'm excited. I'm hopefully going to get to read this really, really soon. It's like a YA fantasy novel. It might actually even be middle grade. But I don't know much about it. But the cover intrigued me. My friend Tiffany picked it up. The only thing I know is it's a Neverland retelling. So I don't know much about it other than that. And I know that this came out last year, I think. So I'm going to add this one to my TBR. And hopefully it gets read because I'm excited for this one. But again, if push comes to shove, some of these books might get changed. But this one is pretty short as well. I'm trying to keep my book short on this TBR because I know I have to read a lot of books right off the bat. So, and then the next prompt also for the class of also for the class of Art of Illusion, is you have to read a book under 300 pages. And I actually have the perfect one, so I'll go get that one. It's under 300 pages is Winsat by Margie Purse. This is a gripping middle grade fantasy from Newberry on a winner Mary Purse about a girl and her friends who must save their world. And I was able to meet her. She signed my book, and this book is literally just under 300 pages. So this was perfect. It's a middle grade fantasy book. I think it has to do with like elements of climate change. And it's basically, you know, a girl and her best friends that have to save the world. And I love that trope a lot, so I'm really hopeful. And this will be a great book to pass on to my students in early September when I see them, probably my homeroom kids. But yeah, this one does come out in September, so, and it is from Abrams, so I will probably then send along my review when I'm done with it. But again, I'm trying to keep this TBR, the book, short so I can most likely finish them all. That's the whole goal. I am going to be gone for a week. I am going to try to get some of these as e-arc so I can read them on my Kindle. I also did get like a lot of NetGalley books recently, so a lot of these, some of these I'm going to try to choose books that I can take to Florida with me. So just know that I'm going to like try to pick some if I can. So the next class I have to complete is I have to take the class Spells and Incantations, and I have to just pick a color on a color wheel and make sure that the book is that color. So let me spin that wheel and then I'll report back what it is. Picked is a dark blue. I'm gonna go look in my NetGalley and see if I have any colors that are like a dark blue. Let me go see. We'll see. I picked was an e-arc and is called Witches of Moonshine Manor, and here is a photo. This book, again, e-arcs I really don't, but it was pitched to me sort of like as a witchy rom-com, so I'm really excited for this. It's probably will be a quick read, and hopefully I'll be able to read it when I'm in line at the various attractions when I finally get to Universal. It's a two-part trip, so first part is a convention, second part is Universal, so I'm super excited for it and hopefully hope that I enjoy it. Is Phasonics and Divination. I have to read all 3 levels in this book because that's very important when you're a mind walker. So the first book is you got to read a book about time travel. I don't know. This one I'm gonna count because it is about a school for time travelers. So it's called Stealing Affinity by Allison Noel. I do actually have an e-arc of this one, so I'm just probably gonna take my e-arc copy with me and hope to get to read it. But it is a school about time travelers, which I thought was like super cool. Yeah. So that one's exciting. I actually was able to meet her at ALA and got this one signed, so hopefully I like it. It's been a bit since I've read anything by Allison Noel, so I'm excited though. It sounds like an interesting concept. I'm gonna pick some e-arcs because I know I have that trip coming up and I don't want to fall too far behind on this TBR. So I'm gonna pick up a book that has the word witch in the title. Hopefully I can read these 2 back to back. This is a middle grade book and it's called The Reluctant Witch's Guide to Magic, and that one just sounds super cute, so I think it'll be a perfect early fall read. Well, the end of summer, early fall, but here's a photo. And don't know much about this book either, but the cover is super cute, so I'm really excited for that one. And then I have to read 3 books in this little class. The next book I have to do is I have to pick up a secondhand book, which I don't think will be that hard because I do actually buy secondhand a lot. So let me go find someone that will work for my TBR, and then we'll and then we'll chat. Back from ALA, a lot of the books I have are ARC, so they're not technically secondhand. They just haven't come out yet. So I'm gonna count The Mystery Woman by Amanda Quick. I picked this up at like a lot of used library sale at one of my fairs that I went to. So this one is I've always wanted to read stuff by this author. I know Peace Love Books recommends her historicals, and this is a historical with sort of like a supernatural twist. This is probably going to be one of those books that I stick in my luggage because it will probably be a super quick read, and then I can report back if I like her and want to read more by her. But this has to do with like something with the sea. The New Ladies of London Street novel from Amanda Quick explores the crimes, passion, and paranormal secrets of Victorian London. So I'm really excited. I think this will be a fun read and hope I like Amanda Quick's writing. And then the last book on my list is before the class of War, I need to read a book with red, white, and blue on the cover. So let me go find one. I actually have two options for this one. One is Live Your Best Lie by Jesse Weaver. This is a book that does not come out until 2023. And it is sort of like a murder mystery, but again, it has all the colors on it. And I have had this on my TBR for the past couple of weeks. I did get it from ALA. And Book Lovers by Emily Henry does have blue. You know, it does have all the colors. So this would also work. And this has been a book that I have started. So I'm going to toss these two on my TBR and see what happens. I'm not going to do my game. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will do my game. I'm going to pick 3 prompts for my game. Just 3. I'm not even going to roll the dice and see how much I wind up with. Just to sort of keep my game going. And then I'm going to toss all the rest of the books that I had on my TBR back on it because this July was just a little bit of a weird reading month. So let me go get my cup and stuff and then we'll chat. Hoping some of the books on my former TBR do work for these prompts. Maybe I'll do 4. We'll see. But the first prompt I'm going to pick is, first book in a series. I think I know what I'm going to choose for this one. It's also on one of my projects I'm doing, but I'm going to put Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber on this list. This one might get read a little bit early if I have a little bit of time before Monday, but I'm probably going to still include it in my August wrap up. But this is the companion series to Stephanie Garber's Kyra series, and I really wanted to read it. I just got this new paperback edition from Waterstones that I love, so I'm really excited for this one. I did submit an ARC request to get book 2. We'll see. Macmillan was having a lot of publishing issues when I went to ALA, but I am going to toss this book on my TBR. I was going to probably start reading it soon, but if not, I'll just read when I come back because I don't think I'm going to take this one to Disney with me, but we will see. So the next prompt is, read a YA fantasy. I actually have another one that I think will work perfect. Now from Allocrate, so I'm going to pick up Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. Sorry, not Grace Chen. But this is a fairy themed novel, and I've heard really incredible things. This cover is stunning. This will probably be one of the reads I read I come back from vacation because I know I'm going to want to keep this book and I don't want to. Sometimes when I travel, I just leave my books there because I let them, the hotel normally has a little library. But this one is, I'm really excited for. I tried so hard to get an e-arc for this book. I tried to sign up for a blog tour. All my attempts failed. But now I'm sort of grateful because I have this beautiful cover from Allocrate. So now let's choose another one. I think I'm probably going to overwhelm myself a little bit, but that's okay. That's what summer reading is for. We have a 5-star read production. I really need to redo my 5-star read productions, but I will go find one that I think will work. So I'll be back. Do that because I really don't know where my list is, and I redid my whole TBR cart, so I'm not even sure. But the one that I know was on it was Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. So I think I'm gonna stick this one on, and this one has to do with dream walking. Yeah, I think this one has to do with dream walking. So this one will be on my TBR. But when I come back, I'm going to probably refilm that video because I have been really, really bad at my 5-star reproductions and I need to have a better system in place. So I'm going to put Dreams Lie Beneath on my TBR, but know that eventually I'm going to have to, when I come back, I'm probably going to have to refilm that video. So pick, and then I'm going to show you guys a couple of books that are on my TBR. Is, a Regency romance. See. You know what? I just got one. I just bought a book that I'm super excited for, and it's a Kindle read. So I think I'm going to add that to my TBR because, again, I'm traveling, and if I start this one a little bit early, it's okay. My Heart series because it is a Regency romance fairy tale with magic. You had me at all of those things. So it's called Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I think this just got picked up, so it's been blowing up. But I heard about it from Reagan from Peru's Project. I'm like, that would be a good plain read. So here's the cover. About a couple of the e-arcs I'm going to read, but I do want to add a couple more. Again, I am going to be on this trip, so I am just going to add a couple of more as well. So I am on a blog tour for Belladonna by Adeline Grace, so I'm going to add that to my TBR, and hopefully I'll get to read it sooner rather than later because it is a long book, but I am on a blog tour for it. that I noticed on Amazon is a Adeline Grace brings life to a highly romantic gothic infused world of wealth, desire, and betrayal. And I really have liked her other like sea-based series. So I'm hopeful that this one is equally as exciting, and that's why I put it on this TBR. So yeah. I'm going to chat about in this section is Alina, Girl of Dragons by Julie Abe. I am on a blog tour for this book, and it's the same author that wrote the Semi-Magical Witch series, but this is like a Chinese Cinderella retelling, I think. I really have liked her previous book, so hopefully I like this one as well. And now I'm just going to show you the other books that are just going to sort of be left on my TBR. I know I'm leaving a little bit earlier, so some of these I'm just going to leave here. Some of them I'm going to take with me, but these are like the books that are just going to fill out my TB card, because no one wants an empty TBR card. About the audiobooks that I'm going to be listening to, because honestly I'm just going to pick up what I download, so we will talk about those at, in my mid-month wrap up, because I'm going to be traveling a lot and I anticipate a lot of audiobook time, which is exciting. But I'm just going to run through these last 6 books because they were all on my July TBR, and some of these might get read in my travel time, but they're probably going to go, I'm probably going to talk about them in my August wrap up. So Rivals by Kathryn Mcgee, which is the 3rd book in this series, which I'm super excited for. 3 Drops of Blood, which is a drama-based murder mystery that comes out in 2023. Sunbearer Trials by Aiden Thomas, which comes out in September. I'm super excited for this one. I got it from ALA. I Believe in a Thing Called Love, which has been on so many TBRs. I really need to get around to reading this one. I'm probably going to bring that with me on my trip. Nearly Gone by Elle Casamato. She's about a girl that can feel people's emotions when she touches them, and she gets caught up with a serial killer. Grown by Tiffany Jackson, which is a murder mystery set in the R&B industry, which might come with me. And Revere, which is like an Inception style thriller. So yeah, those are the books that I am probably going to read this month. Again, stuff always changes. I know the Avengers is probably going to have something pop up at some point this month, which may change my plans a little bit. I am traveling, so everything is a little bit hesitant, but these are my tentative reading plans. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe and follow me on all my other social media channels, and I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe and be well. Bye, friends.